Good morning, Antelope High School.
Today is Friday, October 9th, the day of our up-and-coming.
The strangely dressed person next to me is right. We've got a lot of announcements for you today.
Everything from water polo to the Creative Writing Club,
as well as a couple stories we know you'll love.
So stay tuned because it's all coming up next.
Only on your Channel 5 Titan TV News. Good morning, Titans. I'm Serena Gonzalez sitting in for Ivan.
And I'm Amanda Fritz. It's the day we've all been waiting for.
The day you've been waiting for.
Not the point. Well, you'll probably see a few media students filming at the rally.
And her at the game with her camera.
So be sure to show your spirit at the rally and go to the game.
But before Amanda gets ahead of herself, we have today's news to get through first.
Actually, the first announcement I have is about the game. The times have been slightly altered because the varsity halftime will be extended due to all the activities we have going on. The JV game will start at 5 p.m. with the varsity game following at 7 p.m.
Attention students who are not making progress with their work service. If you're not finishing your assignments during lunch or making your deadline that is clearly stated on your copy of the referral, then you will be kept after school on Fridays for gum scraping. Ew.
Also, any students who want to go to the up-and-coming dance but haven't bought their tickets yet, you need to do so immediately. If 100 tickets aren't sold by the first lunch today, then the dance will be canceled. So get on it, Titans.
Yesterday, the water polo team had its 7th game of the season against Foothill High School. It was the first win of the season and they couldn't be any happier.
Okay, so I think our team did amazing.
Yeah, we were pretty beastly.
Yeah, like we communicated, we did everything that coach told us to do.
Yeah.
And
I think it was the suits because we looked so legit.
yeah, we swim faster these things, man.
Heck yeah, man. We did pretty good today.
I think we did really well. It was really great to be able to win our first game. It kind of sets the bar that we are going to dominate at home. It's really great to score and steal and just get on them. It was really cool to be able to play against guys and still beat them because they're the co-ed team. I love my team. I'm so proud of them. Love you guys. Thanks, Coach.
Yesterday was also another meeting for the Creative Writing Club. Miss Shealy, the teacher in charge, tells us more about the inner workings of what they're all about.
So the Creative Writing Club is progressing pretty well so far. We've had at least 20 people show up at the most large meetings that we've had. And we do have a consistent core of at least 10 students coming. When we get together, we generally discuss writing techniques, share, write, expectations for the club. You know, if you want to join it, that's fine. Just as long as you like writing, that's fine. It could be song lyrics, poetry, creative writing, short stories, fan fiction, novels, whatever. We're always, you know, welcoming new members. And if you'd like to come join us, we usually meet on Thursdays in L202. And I'm Ms. Shealy, the teacher, I guess, in charge of the club. So you can always come by and ask me if you have any questions.
How many kids on campus text? Heck, how many of you are doing it right now? But there's a new kind of message that's being sent around that could land you in some real trouble. Here's Crystal Campo with the story.
Many teens send innocent pictures to each other of themselves being, well, teenagers.
However, a study conducted by the National Campaign has evidence that 20% of all teens are sending sexually explicit messages to each other, a new trend commonly known as sexting.
Anytime that someone takes a picture and sends it to somebody else with their consent, that third party sends that picture off to somebody else, that could land them in hot water.
I think it's a bad idea.
I think sexting's wrong and weird.
They didn't have permission to send that off. Without a doubt, there'd be probably school consequences that could happen.
Personally, I think it's a bad idea.
I don't think sexting is bad.
I think that sexting is pointless.
And depending upon the specifics of the case, there could be criminal charges as well.
These private pictures that are sent only to their boyfriend or girlfriend are pictures of them nude or semi-nude. And when they send these pictures, they're doing the same thing as many other teens, sexting. By sending or posting one of these pictures, anyone else can get it or send it to anyone else. So you have no control of where it will go.
Many people can get the message rather than just that person if you don't trust them. because if you don't, they can forward it to everybody else.
You might trust your boyfriend or girlfriend with a picture you send them, but who said that the two of you will be together forever?
You don't know if you're going to be with that person forever, and they can always use those against you.
Statistics show 36% of teen girls and 39% of teen guys say it's common for these kinds of pictures to be shared with other people. And if the person in the photograph didn't want other people to see their picture, they would have to try to endure the embarrassment. Although statistics show 66% of teen girls and 60% of teen guys say they have done it to be fun or flirtatious.
Like, you shouldn't really have to do that or anything, but like, I don't know, like, I think it's just a bunch of kids trying to act grown up through like phones and stuff, basically, that's all.
So many teens do this for so many different reasons. One reason is teens like to test out their sexuality by sending nude pictures.
Pointless because you're just exposing yourself as easy, and like honestly it like causes no pleasure, so I don't really understand it myself.
By teens sending pictures of themselves to others, there could be many consequences, including having a record as a sexual predator and time in prison.
Well, if someone had pictures of an inappropriate nature, whether it be a male or a female, and they distributed them unbeknownst to that person without their permission, then in that case, it probably would be.
Even if the photos aren't that inappropriate, there will still be school consequences.
Well, the consequences, obviously each case is individual, so we would need to look at and talk to the person who is pictured on the phone. And that person, if the person's unaware of it or has, didn't want those pictures out there, you could be looking at penal code violations as well as ed code violations. So ed code violations would be, on our part, suspensions, expulsions, depending on the nature of, of what's on there. And there are some of those things that are, not as severe as some of the other ones that students are sexting to one another. The penal code side of it gets pretty in-depth, and from my understanding from the police that are on our campus is that could actually be a child pornography violation, and so it's a pretty big situation that you deal with when you deal with the police. So as far as the extent of it with them, I'm not sure, but as far as us, we take it real seriously, and we work with parents and kids, and if we find out that stuff's going on, depending on the nature of it, like I said, you could be looking at a suspension or expulsion, depending on how serious the content is on the phone.
Aside from the consequences, some people say it doesn't matter, and if someone does send their picture, they shouldn't get in trouble.
If you want to do that, sure, that's fine. I mean, it's their decision, and I don't think it should be prosecuted or anything because, it's your own choice. If you want to do it, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
Before you think to start or continue sexting, think about the consequences for you or the person you're sending the pictures to. And remember that 20% of all teenagers are sexting. So at our school, about 260 students are sexting. This is Crystal Campos reporting for Channel 5 Titan TV.
Wow, thanks, Crystal. Well, last Friday, our Titan football teams traveled to Bella Vista to take on the Broncos. Our JV boys did a great job winning the game 41-16 with back-to-back touchdowns by number 3, Markel Williams, in the first quarter, and number 1, Eric Torres, at the end of the first half.
Unfortunately, our varsity boys didn't do so well according to the scoreboard. The Titans kicked it into high gear a moment too late with the final score at 48-20 with Bella Vista on top. However, both defense and offense put up one heck of a fight, resulting in touchdowns from number 22, Blake Casillas, at the end of the first quarter, as well as number 4, Xavier Lacey, and number 7, Kendall Martin, with only minutes left in the game. Number 9, John Follett, kicked our extra points, and number 11, Raheem Jackson, scored the 2-point conversion at the end of the game.
However, there were a few highlights in the game. Local FM radio station 107.9 The N was there broadcasting live from the game. And your very own Channel 5 anchor got a taste of what football can really be. Go ahead and laugh. Everyone else in the studio already is.
Well, it's time for us to wrap it up.
I will be seeing you at the rally.
And I will be seeing you at the game.
Be sure to go, because that's when royalty is revealed and the floats are displayed.
And we've been working our butts off on that Batman float, so you better go.
Yeah, what she said.
So have a great day, Antelope.
Good luck to the football team. Bye.
You're late.
Hi, where were you?
You can get out of my seat now.